Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So let's get started. Man, oh man. It's like I'm always in a rush. Let me just... When I asked what this conversation was going to be about, what I heard is your life is about to change. Hopefully it's a beautiful change, an empowering change. I know the energetic environment is heavily changing right now. It's been in the process of changing, and it's been an intense process. Very, very intense. Very, very intense. I'm just getting some cards for us. Okay, well, all right. If you want to stay there, card, you definitely are free to stay there. Okay. Well, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I don't know if I shuffled this deck or not. So I'm going to have to shuffle it again. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. My bad. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. There. All right. I got to reshuffle this one too. Anyways. So hopefully this conversation is going to involve messages of love, beautiful life circumstance, and opportunity. Hopefully this message has to do with abundance for all of you, all of us. I want to be part of that. I want to be part of the abundance. Just saying. I want to be part of it too. Okay. Final deck. Y'all. Okay. Alrighty. That looks so weird right now. My face is super moisturized. My hair is like plastered to my head. Okay. And then it's going to dry super frizzy. That's okay. Let's just tuck it behind the ear, girl. Let it do its thing as it dries. Okay. Here goes, guys. Here goes. Okay. Sorry. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Okay, I like this. Oh. Y'all, like, this is something really just really it has good, and then it also has so here, initiation. You have to initiate this cycle, this process, this period of your life through your mindset. You have to allow adjustments in your mindset that will be something that will create the types of changes that you need, right? Hold on one second, guys. Soul is telling me I need to make an adjustment to the settings. Probably drama. And I just, la, 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 la. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Okay, here goes. You have to initiate something, and whatever's going to happen, it involves this masculine energy. Is it your masculine energy? Is it someone else's masculine energy? Does this have to do with a male trying to come through, trying to enter your life? I'm honestly not sure. I'm not sure. But once this process gets started, someone's considering approaching you. Let me turn on the heater because my cold heart is starting to. Energy is entering the chat. Oops. Okay. So there is a masculine individual who is now actively seeking out a way to approach you. But this doesn't necessarily have to be a man or a male. It's just someone with very masculine energy. Okay. They want to approach you. And as they try and find ways to approach you, to come into proximity with you, their presence, their energy, it's going to increase your stability. This is even before you interact. I mean, if they could just stay like right there, wherever they're at, just stay right there. And my people can then begin to experience elevations in their abundance, their health, their happiness. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you guys are available or if you even want whoever this is to approach you, but someone is approaching. Oh, let me hold on. Sorry, guys. Let me. Okay. So their energy is helping to stabilize you. I think for some, your energy has become greatly destabilized. Maybe this is someone that you have like a soul connection with. Oh, mm-hmm. Okay. I think this might be someone that you have some type of soul connection with. I'm sorry, I'm just spreading moisturizer across my décolletage. Okay. So, soul connection with them. They're stabilizing you. Their energy, I don't know. This is like, this is kind of, their energy is very protective of yours. I don't know if they're intending to do this for you. I don't know. I don't know if they're intending to do this. I don't know. They might just have such, like on a soul level, they might have such an affinity for you, right? Um, I don't know what to tell you guys. I think for some of you, this is someone you've been like kind of just orbiting. They've been orbiting around you, and then you orbit around them, and they orbit around you. Both of your orbits form basically a Pisces vesica. Do you guys know what a Pisces vesica is? Those two circles. There's two circles. Oops. There's two circles like this, and then they intersect, they link up in the center, right? This is the Pisces vesica. It's in that center space where you're both orbiting each other and aware of each other's proximity to the other, that the most potentiality is being created. You're going to have some degree of proximity with this person. I know for some of you, you might have hurt feelings, you might be nervous, you might be whatever it is, but there's needing to be some proximity. You don't necessarily have to be friends. You don't necessarily have to enter into a relationship with this individual, but you have to accept that your paths intersect not just once, but twice in this life. Hold up. What is this? I'll draw you a Pisces vesica. My handy dandy drawing pencil. So 0.1 and then 0.2. Your orbit, their orbit. Y'all just keep playing with each other. Your paths have crossed once already. It will cross again. So this message is obviously not for everyone. Okay? It's obviously not for everyone. This does not apply to toxic circumstance. No, 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 no. No toxicity in your lives. Don't allow toxicity in. I am telling you right now, don't allow toxic people back in. This is not about toxicity. This is something where you two, y'all are chapping my lips right now. You two have been, doing this little doodah dance with each other for however long it's been since your paths first crossed. And it's not that your paths diverged because one was maltreating the other. No. This again is someone who is not toxic towards you. They might have their own toxicity, let me tell you. Mhm. I'm sure they have their own toxicity. But they've never intentionally, willingly plotted and planned um, to inject your life with toxicity. They just didn't. And I think part of the reason why they've been struggling so deeply with coming back forward towards you is because they don't want any of their toxicity to be experienced by you. Mhm. This is someone who has actual respect for you. This is not a stalker. Yeah. Okay. But this is not a stalker. I know mama too. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Guardian. This person is not intending to be a guardian. They're not trying to be a Captain Save a Hoe because you're not a hoe. Ew. You're not. You're not just one of them hoes. You're not. You're not. They see you as something else. So this has a lot to do with whatever your souls are intending for the two of you to trigger in each other. And it's, you can think of this as like your souls are besties, right? Your souls are besties, and it's just time for y'all to hang out at some point. Like, you guys need to hang out. No, 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 no. You're not. You don't need to hang out. But I'm saying you need to be in proximity, right? This whole thing, this Pisces Vesica. So if you're refusing to allow proximity, the changes that you need to happen, your cup will not be filled. You need that energy. It's an energy accrual. You're not siphoning from them. They're not siphoning from you. Your energies react to each other and fill this void space that the two of you are both afraid to occupy out of fear that the other will be offended. This means really amazing things could potentially happen. This means like um, all of these dreams, all of these plans that you have, these desires for amazing good things in life, your soul is like opening the door for that. It's allowing some of that to begin the early stages of coming to fruition. This is like exciting, but it's also nerve-wracking because I think your fear is that you can't control yourself in their presence. I think that's actually the fear that is being experienced by you specifically. I think this person carries with them a type of gravitational pull that causes you to forget how to act. No, that causes you to kind of just, it's like all of a sudden, all of these things that you think are important, you realize they're not. And it's disconcerting to you. It's something that makes you feel confused about life. And you don't like feeling confused. You like feeling as though you have an elevated degree of control over yourself and your circumstance and all these other things, right? So it's this thing of, yeah, Damien, I'm pretty sure it's not the girl you're thinking of because this is a masculine energy. Damien says, yes, it is. Thank you. No, I waited a year for her. You shouldn't wait for people. You should live your life. You should live your life. And if they're meant to be in proximity to your life, if they're proximity is meant to be something romantic in nature and you are meant to be together forever, that's what will happen. I met my husband twice. The first time, I just needed to know that he existed. And I think about 2 years passed before we met again. And then the second time he met me, there was an alignment that was present and we could fit together and click into each other's lives perfectly. I didn't wait for him and he didn't wait for me. But apparently, soul had a way of making sure that my existence was consistently dangled in front of him without him even realizing. Because we knew some of the same people. I think when you wait for people and you pine away and you pine away and you pine away, you don't realize what potentialities, what potential happiness is being presented to you. Yeah. The first time we met, we weren't introduced to begin dating each other. He was in an ending relationship. I was in an ending relationship. And we barely even said hello. But we needed to know each other existed. We needed to. I don't know why, but we needed to. Because I remember thinking the first time I met him, ooh, ooh, I want someone like that. But of course, he's in a relationship. So I didn't think I was talking about him specifically. Yeah. And then the second time he met me was right before I left the area, moved 3 hours away from him. Life has a way of bringing the people that you need in your life directly into your life. And some of you might be like, oh my gosh, so wow, that should have ended. I wasn't expecting anything of it. I'm not dumb. We're both really young. He met me when I was like 19 or 20. I think 19, 20. I don't know. 20. He met me when I was 20. And it was really just a thing of, we can hang out, but I'm moving, just so you know. And no, you're not going to change my plans. I'm not going to rearrange my life because you're hella cool to hang out with. I'm moving. I'm moving, and whatever will happen will happen. And maybe I needed to move because that move was actually what destabilized me emotionally, psychologically for a period of time. And maybe that's what needed to happen so that I could understand that if he could support me in the way he did that early on, right from the start, then maybe he really is someone that I could trust to live my entire life with. Anyone who keeps you waiting doesn't understand your worth. At no point has he ever forced upon me the need to wait for him to choose me. Ever. We've been together for 26 years. Mm-hmm. Yep. So you think that you should wait for someone? They don't know your worth. They don't know your worth. They don't know your value. I will never chase after someone. And I never have. Why? That's a game. I'm not interested in games. I've never been interested in games. And my husband will attest, I'm a very intense person. In private, personal connections, I am intense. I'm also fun. I am. I'm also fun. But I'm intense. And you're either going to match that intensity and that desire to be in my proximity or you're not. And if you're not, thank you for letting me know. Have a good life. I I feel that far too many of us have gotten to a point where society has taught us to either be someone who disrespects others or someone who continues to accept and encourage disrespect of us. Get out of that cycle. Your life is about to change. And if you want it to change, you have to choose different things. You can't continue to choose the same thing, hoping that it will bring about change. It brings about the same thing every day. Every time you choose to repeat or remain in a pattern, you will only ever receive what that pattern has given you. You're about to face a dark mirror. So, whoever this is that's serving as your reflection, they might be in a dark space in life and they are needing to be in proximity to you because you are the moon in their darkness. Have you guys ever gone camping like in the literal wilderness where there's nothing else around? I've done that multiple times, quite a few. I love it. I love primitive camping. I love dry camping. I love all of that. I love all of that. So when you go primitive camping, it's a different experience because it's pitch black darkness. And as your eyes acclimate, your eyes will start to produce a certain type of fluid. It's very natural to you. And it helps to further dilate your pupils. Your eyes will adjust to the darkness. You can kind of see in the dark, it's not like, night vision, but you can kind of see in the dark. And you begin to notice how bright the moon actually is. It makes up for the last little bit of light you need to be able to actually see things. When there's a lot of clouds and they cover the moon, you're immersed in a type of darkness that's all consuming. It's like existing in a void. It's a very beautiful experience. You guys should try it sometime. It's a very beautiful experience. If you want to have the most beautiful experience in your life, sometime in late spring, early summer, before it gets hella hot, you need to go somewhere around the proximity of Meteor City. That is, I don't know if it's in New Mexico or if it's in Arizona. It's way south. You just look for Meteor City. You don't actually have to be in Meteor City, but there's nothing there for fucking hours. There's nothing around you. So there's pretty much no light. Pick one of those exits that leads to nothingness. Park there. Even better, climb onto the roof of your vehicle if you have a larger vehicle, or lay in the bed of your truck. What I used to love to do was climb up to the roof of our RV and lay there and just stare at the sky. You can see the Milky Way. You can see the stars move. And you can see all the celestial beings that are watching your life unfolding as though it was the most important thing they've ever been asked to witness. It gives you a very clear understanding of the scale of life as a human being and how small the inconveniences of life actually are. It gets cold at night in a desert, just so y'all know. It gets really cold at night. Bring blankets and a thick jacket. So, remembrance. It's time for you to begin remembering, right? Scorpio, the gift from the universe you've been waiting for. What? Tell me, Minnow. Tell me. Hold that and let me screenshot this for my son because he's a Scorpio. He's a Scorpio moon. I'm like, you intense guy. He can be intense too. It's okay. His mom's intense. All right. Let's see. So your life's about to change, right? Whoever this is, don't push them away. I don't know that they will fully come forward. Like, I don't know that they would. Some people don't necessarily have to be in your life. Some people, you just need to know that their energy carries a role in what happens, in what is initiated in your life. Okay. Discipline, armor, boundaries. See what I'm saying? Because Minnow Pond's notification popped up. And it's for Scorpios. Maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio. They be emo. The males. Scorpio females, I super get along with. I do. Scorpio males, unless there's something in their chart to temper them, they're very emo. That doesn't mean a bad thing, but they are. They're just very emo. They go very deep into their emotions and they don't share much. And I don't know. I don't know how you deal with that. I don't know how you deal with that because I'm like that too. If like I get in my feelings, I'm just gonna just shut down. Everything's good. You know everything's not good. No, it's fine. You know it's not fine. No, it's good. So I don't know how that works out, but you might be dealing with some type of water sign. It's either a Scorpio or a Piscean who has like a really intense mix of like earth energy, or maybe they have Scorpio and it's either Scorpio or Pisces. That's who you're dealing with. They have something like that in their chart, causes them to go real deep and real quiet. People think that Pisceans are like airheaded and la 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 la. We let you think that. We let you think that. Pisceans have a tendency to be extreme overthinkers, and they overthink at such a depth, that it becomes a thing of people don't even realize unless you can reach that depth with them. And you can't be someone that has to hold their breath. You have to breathe in their ocean or risk drowning. They might reward you for risking drowning, but eventually you have to come up for air. And then they feel abandoned. They might swim away. They might wait. Most never see you the same after that. So, the map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. It's in reverse. So, whoever this is, they're not feeling inspired to come forward. It's more that they feel as though they don't have a free will to walk away. They keep being brought back around. It's their soul doing this to them. I don't think it's you playing games. They might think that you play games. They might think that, well, no. They know you don't play games. That's what sets you apart. They know that you don't play games. Oh, they're seriously like in love with you. I don't know what you guys should do. I don't know. This dating scene you guys have to deal with. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But whoever this is, I hope you know who this is. I think for some of you, you don't know who this is. I think for most of you, you don't know who this actually is. I think this is someone who's really stayed on the outer fringes of your life. I don't know that they've ever really made their true feelings towards you known. This is getting intense. So they see you as this wild horse, right? They want to know how to earn your trust without breaking your spirit. They want to know. I'm so moisturized. It's ridiculous. Oh, God. Let me get the collagen off my card. No, I'm serious. They want to know how to earn your trust without breaking your spirit. This is someone that respects you to the highest degree. So there's okay, if they respect you to the highest degree and they keep circling around you and circling around you and circling around you, like what is this actually about? It's making my follicles hurt and I just washed my hair. You know what I mean? Like follicle hurting should not happen until at least I don't know what day. So this right here. Are you guys familiar with horse people? Do you guys know who horse people are? How they are, I mean, not who they are. I have quite a few friends who are into horses, like hardcore. And oh my God, my 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 soul is reminding me of something. One of my girlfriends is super into horses, right? She has her own horses. And I remember years ago I went to go visit her, and she asked me if I wanted to go to the stables to go kind of take care of her horse. She had to go feed him and stuff. And her horse was kept in an enclosure with another horse named Bubba. I still remember Bubba. He was like this golden honey color horse with like platinum mane and tail. He was huge. And she was telling me how Bubba is so mean to her horse because her horse is an Arabian, and I guess he'd be emo and stuff. He's sensitive. Leave him be. He's just a baby. So Bubba picks on, I think his name was Zeke. Bubba picked on her horse, wouldn't allow her horse to eat. So I was like, I'm going to talk to Bubba. So she starts putting the alfalfa in the feeder stuff, the holder for the food. And Bubba's starting to try and like make her horse go away. And I reach my hand out and I'm like, Bubba. And his ears go up. I'm like halfway across the field from him. His ears go up and he comes straight to me and he puts his mouth in my hand and he's like, I'm like, be nice, be nice. And I'm all touching his face and everything. And my friend looked like really freaked out. And I was like, oh my God, should I not have touched him? Some horse owners, they don't want you touching their horse. I didn't feed him. I know, like, you know, I shouldn't do that. So I didn't feed him, but I just stuck my hand out and he put his muzzle in my hand himself. And she told me, like, oh my God, like the owners have to chase him on they have to chase him on, I think, like their quads or whatever for like 30 minutes before he will let them touch him. She said he's just a dick to everybody. And I was like, Bubba is the sweetest. He was. He's so cute. He's a sassy mofo, but he was cute. And he was very gentle with me. He was very, very gentle with me. So it's this thing of you are a wild horse to them, but also you are a horse whisperer for the wildness that lives inside them. They've never met anyone like you. You know, I tell people, don't play with me, because if you play with me, like if you try and fuck around and find out, I'll cut you out my life. And then you know what's going to happen? Even with friendships, you're going to look for me in everyone. You're never going to find it. There's only one me. And then you're going to be so pissed off. You're not going to know what to do with yourself. And people think when they hear this type of thing, they think it's from ego. And it's like, no, it's from the repeated pattern that I've witnessed my entire life. Y'all have to realize that for some of you, you have such an addictive energy. People are drawn to you with you doing nothing. And again, I don't say that out of ego. I think that's the weirdest shit ever. I don't know what draws people to me, but they're drawn to me. And there are those who are destabilized within themselves. And just because I have this like very magnetic energy, they then think that they need to own me. And I'm not just talking about heterosexual men. I've had this happen repeatedly through my life, even with lesbians, with gay men, with heterosexual women, women who are married. Like, my husband used to be like, what the fuck do you do to these people that they get so obsessed with you? Be a nice person? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Just be myself. Be myself. So this person, they can be very regal. They can be very like royal in their energy, but they're obsessed with you. Why are you so obsessed with me? I just want to know. Okay, Mariah. They're obsessed. They're obsessed, but they're respectful. So you got to give them that. They're very respectful of your energy and your space. They're not trying to infringe on anything, right? Um, Baby Mimi says, I really want to know who it is on a platonic level because I'm already taken. Right. But if you, okay, boo, hold on. Let's see what Minnow said because there's other notifications. Let's see. New opportunities are knocking. Will you answer? Knock, 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 knock. Pisces, you're on the brink of a breakthrough. You guys are about to find out. Okay. I think that by the time they come forward and you get to know who this actually is, be careful what you ask for, because then you might begin to realize like they don't want to just be your friend. I don't need that kind of drama. Hey, for those of you who are taken, because I'm taken, for those of you who are taken, let's go ahead and let's set this intention. Okay. So, first and foremost, you can't stop them from being like ridiculously in love with you because they already are. They already are. So, that's not going to be part of the intention. The intention that we're going to set is this for those of you who are not available. Should you choose to come forward, may you always remember the boundary that exists that shows me your depth of respect for me and what I have chosen for my life and my happiness. May you feel comforted in your decision to conceal your romantic desire for me. May you never present that to me and make me feel uncomfortable. And may the friendship be nothing but that, a very healthy, very respectful friendship. That's a good intention to set. If you guys really want to know who this is for you. For me, I have enough stalkers. I don't like any of you stalkers. Not a single one. Not a single one. Demon Haritas. Yeah, no, seriously, for any folks who are stalking, stay the fuck out of my life. I don't want nothing to do with you. And if I've already told you that, don't bother making a new fucking account because my feelings don't change. They don't change. No, I'm serious. Stay the fuck out of my life and out of my live streams. Did I communicate that clearly? See, sometimes you guys got to communicate shit clearly. My husband says, you joke around too much. You joke around too much. People don't know when you're serious. And I'm serious. Stay the fuck away from me. I don't even want to have some platonic interaction. I don't want nothing, 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 nothing. Don't even watch the recordings. Serious. Okay, so I am serious. The dream walker dreams collective good illusions. Ah. Mm-hmm. You see, they had this like demonic shit that was Pied Pipering them, and it created a lot of like doo, 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 in their head about you. That's why they thought that they could walk away and just kind of basura you. Unfortunately, they couldn't. Because look, remember 2 points right there. It's being circled back around. So this is not something that's new for any of you, but it might be new. This is not a new person, but you might not have realized this, so it feels new, is what I'm trying to communicate. Michael goes, "You're not making sense. When do I ever? Let me drain my lymphatic system. Let me encourage the drainage. Okay. Let me just encourage the drainage, reset my vagus nerve. We're good again. Okay, the ego king, the big picture, angelic help. But it's in reverse. Maybe neither of you saw the big picture. Your life's about to change, and it requires them to be in some degree of proximity to you, right? Your energies respond to each other. Michael plays too much. Michael goes, this is, he says, just say it. Okay. Michael asked me if the civil award is paid in full, would you consider forgiveness? I want to say no. I want to say no. And that's what I had answered him. I want to say no. And he says, I have to say this part too. He says, if a civil award is paid in full, then that means you've been reconstituted. That means you've been made whole, and forgiveness must be heavily considered. I don't know what he's getting at. I don't know what he's getting at. Gaia's garden, fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. So it's about reaping what you sow. It's about the abundance of it all, right? I don't know who you guys, and I don't know what forgiveness entails. I think Michael is just trying to have sidebar conversations with me. I don't believe in forgiveness. I believe in recognizing how our souls allow specific types of people to gain access to us and have specific types of interactions with us to trigger specific processes that teach us specific lessons. And when you begin to see that someone who tried to do something harmful or someone who was offensive towards you, intentionally, unintentionally, it doesn't matter anymore, because it's a thing of they were simply used as a tool to deliver a lesson. The lesson has been delivered. Release that person back into the wilderness of their life. I don't have to be angry with them. I don't have to hold a grudge, right? Holding a grudge. Like, I don't hold on to any of that. I don't have to forgive you because now I understand this is on a much higher level than what a mere human being wanted or tried to do that was harmful. This has always been about the ways in which my soul could find opportunities to help me to grow. So it's like, I'm not even going to take it personal, but I will never allow that person back into my life, because once you show me you have the capacity to be a fucked up person, I don't need that shit in my life. I'm highly sensitive. I don't let a lot of people into my inner circle. I don't. I'm a very, very sensitive person. I have to invite you beyond the armor. I have to invite you in through the walls. Or no, stay on the outer fringes. It's okay. There's a lot of people out there. Oh shit. Capricorn moon, Capricorn Venus. So, and I'm not apologetic about not allowing many people in. You have to earn that. You have to earn that, because the type of love that I give, if you are in, you won't find that anywhere else. Truly, you won't find that anywhere else. Because once you're in, you then carry the label of family forever. And for those of you who are not familiar with me, there's not anything I wouldn't do for family. I'm known to completely put my entire life on hold because family needs me. That's who I am and how I am. It's part of my culture. It's a part of my character. It's a part of my personality. It's everything about me. But I learned, and I learned very well, not everyone is worthy of doing that for. Not everyone. No. So that has to be earned. The Sun Dancers, joyful activities, celebration of life and abundance. So look. See that? It's this thing, because this card came up yesterday as well, and it had so much negativity associated with it. Like consciousness eating mofos. I don't think it's that. I think it's that whoever this is for you, they are such a complement to your energy. Where you are deficient, they exist in excess. Where they are deficient, you exist in excess. So it makes for such a powerful, powerful pairing when your energies become paired together. It becomes solidified into a converged totality. And what does that mean? That means your soul is waiting for you to allow to come into alignment. Your destiny is about to go active. That's why your life is about to change. Okay, Michael says, are you done side skirting? This would be a twin energy. When you're dealing with a twin pair, whether it's a twin flame or a twin ray, there is differences. One would be the equivalent of fraternal twins. The other would be the equivalent of identical twins. And there's different types of identical twins. I don't know if you guys know that. Let me get you the actual term. It is mono something. Mono chorionic, mono amniotic. Momo twins. Okay, sorry. Yeah, they share a placenta and are the same amniotic sac. That's what a twin ray is. Remember, I was telling you guys, twin flames, basically you have your own amniotic sacs, your own placentas, but you share the womb space of your mother. Whereas twin rays, your Momo twins, you share the sac, you share the placenta. You are made of the same singular egg that decided to pull apart and be filled with two separate consciousness, right? So I don't know which one you're dealing with, but either one, they have this ability to trigger specific processes, etheric processes that then translate into electromagnetic processes that then translate into adjustments to your cellular expression. This alters your genetics. They have a very, very strong effect on your epigenetics. People don't realize this. All people think and all people know about because of social media, the draconian program, the propaganda that was run to create opportunities to get you to trauma bond to the very people who maltreat you and discard you. Because of that was widely spread through social media. You fail to realize the purpose of this twin is not for romance. Everyone thinks that, oh, she said twin, it's a boom chicka wow wow relationship. And it's not. That's not what it's supposed to do. I'm sorry. I just need to make sure my hair doesn't start dreading itself because it will. Fresh out the shower, it will. What the twin does, even just in proximity, they emit an electromagnetic field pulse. When you get into proximity of each other, that pulse begins to amplify. That pulsing then gets reverberated in your field and you pulse back. So it's this pulse back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that creates an alignment within your etherogenetics. It creates an alignment and a dilation of your bioenergetic pathways. It's the perfect circumstance to push you into your divine purpose. How do I know this? An actual, you only have one twin ray. Only one. It's too much. If you have more than one in physical form, which most of you will not have a twin ray in physical form, it's unnecessary. So, what was I saying? Oh, I actually had a twin find me when I was supposed to start live streaming, but I didn't want to. And then the proximity of that triggered something in my coding. And then next thing you know, I'm live streaming, not because they told me to. And no, I don't have any friendship with that twin. I don't have any contact. I don't have any friendship. I don't have anything. Divine union. I don't want to be in a relationship with myself. I know my attitude. Are you fucking kidding me? I know my attitude. Please. I don't want to be in a relationship with myself. I'm fucking emo. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, with whatever this is, for some of you, it's probably going to be like a tertiary twin. Even a tertiary twin can have it can trigger specific processes. Even a tertiary twin. You have a primary, you have a secondary, you have a tertiary for twin flame levels. There's quite a few different levels. Quite a few. Yeah. And none of them have to be romantic, you know? Can you go your whole life and never meet them? Most people go their entire life and never meet their twin, never even cross paths on the internet. Most people. I know everyone wants to claim that they have a twin flame. That's just someone you're really sexually attracted to. It's okay for you to just say that you're very sexually attracted to an individual. You don't have to slap that label on them, because when you do that, what you end up doing is making a conscious decision to accept maltreatment from that individual, subpar treatment, lack of consideration for you and your well-being, because they're your twin. Oh, they don't want you? No, it's not that they don't want me. It's because they're a runner and I'm the chaser. No, babe, they don't want to be with you. That human being does not want to be with you. Oh, no, 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 they want me, but they're in a karmic relationship and their girlfriend or their wife is just a total bitch and doesn't want us to be together. No, honey, they're in a relationship with a person they chose to be in a relationship with. That's a complete statement. You know, for years, people have come to me about twin flame stuff. That's why I dislike the subject matter. It is an actual valid subject matter. Much of the stuff that's released, information released on social media, is actually full-blown draconian-based propaganda in order to traumatize empaths. That twin flame runner dynamic, that's a narcissistic empath abusive relationship. Go watch Dr. Ramani. Someone posed a question to her, and that's the conclusion she came to. She's an expert on narcissism. Go watch Dr. Ramani. She's brilliant. She is. She's brilliant. Absolutely. Yeah. So a lot of people have a very skewed perception. Every twin that I've met, I'm like, you're my new bestie. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. It's not oh my God, how am I going to end things with my husband? I know he's watching on live stream. I know he's watching on TikTok. The Shadow Queen, acquiring knowledge and security and manipulation. So I'm telling you guys this information, and you guys have to be careful that you're not going to use this to fuel your insecurity and begin manipulating yourself into thinking and feeling and acting in such a way that does not honor what it is you need, right? In a true twin flame union, that is convergence. That is this point of the Pisces Vesica. That's the center point. This convergence point is when the power pack and the navigator begin to unify into a totality, a consciousness totality. In a twin pairing, there's always one who is a navigator and the other is a power pack. The power pack is much more explosive in energy than the navigator. The power pack fuels the navigator. The navigator is the one that's more skilled in the harnessing of that energy. They can handle that energy, but they can't hold it. So these pairings, Draconian wanted to reduce it to nothing but sexual coupling between humans, mismatched humans. The reality of twin flames, they are nuclear celestial weaponry. You don't need to have many of them. That's why most of you will not meet your twin flame. And they don't have to be in a sexual union. For the few twin flames that are in a romantic union, It's because they struggle to learn what they're supposed to learn and they're needing to catch up. So now they have to be put together in the same space, day in and day out, have to be together because they will continuously trigger each other. You don't need to be in a relationship with your twin. You don't. You don't. Can twin flames, twin rays be the same gender, or is it always two different? They actually can be anyone. I've met people whose siblings, they're siblings, and they're twins, twin flames. I've met people who the child and parent are the twins. How do people who try and preach that twin flames are supposed to be in divine union, meaning a sexual relationship, how do you account for that? Isn't that incest? Pretty gross, I'd say. Pretty gross, I'd say. So whatever this is why this person is not actually toxic for those who this message is for. Okay. I don't know that you will meet them in person. I don't. I don't know that you will even have a conversation with them. I think for some of you, this might be a tertiary twin and they've become aware of your existence and you're probably aware of theirs. And they just need to be in proximity. They just need to be in proximity. Yeah. Hi, Anshel. Anshel says, yep, a twin of mine was my brother that I didn't get along with. Did your brother trigger you? And was his triggering something that led to even more growth when you were at a level of maturity where you could see what that was for, why that was for, right? So then what is this about? The correction of the upside down potential. I think for many of you, what's happened is certain people that you've listened to, right? Whether it's someone in your life, someone in your environment, maybe you read a book, maybe, there's so many different places that this could have come from. Somehow, some way, your perception of yourself, your journey, and the truth of what you're here for became skewed by someone outside of you. And that, because of that, it turned you on your head. And so now the real counterpart to your energy, one of your counterparts, is being pushed forward to enter into proximity with your field so that you can begin to recalibrate yourself. One of you is upside down. So this is about a correction. And once that correction is initiated, and you don't necessarily have to interact, once that energetic, etherogenetic correction is initiated, that's then the start of you being able to receive all of your birthright, spiritual, divine birthright, your purpose, all of that. Your life is about to change. It can't change if you continue to see yourself in an upside down way. Because when you see yourself in an upside down way, you keep emptying yourself out. Yeah, there's no such thing as a narcissistic twin flame, Shuman. There's no such thing as a narcissistic twin flame. No. Twins can have toxicity, but there is no such thing as a narcissistic twin flame. If your twin flame is narcissistic, that is not a twin flame. That's a demonic union. It's a union that has been utilized to try and corrupt your code. It's the fastest way to corrupt someone's code and completely wreck the potentiality of their divine purpose sexual intercourse. People would say I'm a prude. No, I won't even let people hold my hand. Even when I was younger, like, no, no. Why? I don't want your energy commingling with mine. When you are having intercourse with a person, they now have internal access. What are they accessing? This far from your pelvic floor, at the very top, is a crystal star seal. That's the point within your etheric field that spreads energy through your entire field. It spreads it through all your meridians, it spreads it through everything. You're now direct port injecting corrupted code, and that's being spread through the entire field. So, a narcissistic twin flame union. None of my twins are toxic towards me. They have their own toxicity that they have to deal with. We all have toxicity we have to deal with. None of my twins are narcissistic towards me. I found several. Pretty much all the twins that I found, I have to be the one to initiate that conversation because they know I'm very protective of my marriage and they will never violate that. The only time any of them have reached out without me initiating it, it's to share some good news or because they're feeling some type of odd energy or something and they're concerned something bad is happening to me or my family and they're reaching out to make sure that we're okay. Yeah. None of my twins have made it a point to try and create issues in my marriage. As a matter of fact, one of my twins, they actually slept over. We all had like a slumber party in the living room, and my husband was very fond of them. Yeah. People think I hate twins. I don't. I hate the social media propaganda of twins. And I know it like that twin that came over, it was confirmed to me that night that he actually truly is a twin because he he raises reptilians. He raises reptiles and he brought his favorite pet Muppet. She's a bearded dragon. Apparently Muppet is a boy. So anyways, and then he also brought Diabolito, his little devil. That one had attitude and didn't like anybody, right? And he knows I don't like reptiles, but fucking he decided to put Diabolito, who bites people, on my shoulder, facing my face like a fucking jerk. And I was like, bro. And he goes, no, I just want to see what happens. And he's familiar with their body language. And he goes, oh, that's so fucking weird. Because Diabolito reacted to me the way he reacts to my twin. He's the only person that bearded dragon likes. He'll bite other people. He'll threaten people. He'll posture. But he was, I forgot what movement it is, but he was doing like the love dance on me. I was like, yeah, nice. Get him off. I don't like him. Get him off. Yeah. And then my dog at the time, She's very protective of people, and there's certain types of behaviors. Like she doesn't like other people around our family. She protects my kids. And there were certain things that she does when she's with me, and she did that with him. And I was like, oh, I think she thinks you're me. Mm-hmm. So the animals can feel the reverberation between twins. It's a very similar type of energy, similar effect, right? So, yeah, you actually have more than one twin. You do. Twin flame? Absolutely. You have more than one. You have several. It's an entire network. It creates a grid. You can only have one twin ray in physical form, but most people do not even have their twin ray in physical form. And most people will never cross paths with an actual twin flame. All of that categorization of someone you're sexually drawn to, that's your twin because this and that, you can't stop thinking about them and yada, yada, yada. No, you're just sexually attracted to them. It's okay to recognize that you have such an intense sexual attraction to someone. But once you begin using terms like, or labels like twin flame to identify a sexual attraction, you're putting yourself at great risk. At great risk. Energetically, yeah. You're putting yourself at great risk. So, ready but waiting. I think your soul is more than ready and is no longer willing to wait. I think your soul is wanting to push things forward and have your potentiality be lived out at this point. And it doesn't have to be something revolutionary that's going to happen. You just need to allow yourself to shift and be positively affected by the proximity of even just a tertiary twin. Even just that's enough to get your energy to begin expanding, amplifying, and accelerating the oscillatory rate. It's about the oscillatory rate. People keep talking about high vibrational people, this and that. And high vibration, if you hold a high vibration, you enter into a purely magnetic state and you draw to you the very people who have characters that are in resonance with where your character, personality are at. If you're in a dark space within your journey, you will draw to you all the dark, dark, dark people. Does that mean they're evil? No, that means they're in a dark space too. If you're in a space of empowerment because of your heavily magnetic state, you will draw to you nothing but people who are focused on empowering themselves. That's how it works. But see, being a high vibration rate, that's not going to push your purpose into action. It's not going to turn it into an actuality. Because why? Vibration is internally held energy. In order to put action, in order to live your purpose, you need to have an externally projected energy. This is you entering into an actual state of creation and manifestation. This is you stepping into your Godhead. You are not God, just so you know. You are a fragment of God. But you are not God. No, we are not all gods. If you're going to say we are all gods, you need to complete that statement. We are all fragments of God with amnesia. Because you wouldn't be acting the way you act if you truly believed you are a God. There's nothing to alchemically change. There is nothing to alchemically change. You simply have to allow yourself to observe the repetition of these cycles and what these cycles do to you, how they affect you, how you learn greatly determines the way you experience things. If you learn more from adversity, you will experience more adversity. Why? Because there's a lot that needs to be learned. You're not being punished. If you learn more through positive reinforcement, then you will have that. You will consistently have that. How you learn directly affects the way you will experience your lessons. Try your best to not be reactive during this period, okay? There's a lot of parasitic stuff that is really, really, really ramping up. Like, hella fucking ramping up. No, I'm serious. It's bad. It's bad. It is what it is. Okay, that's why. New birth guarded vigilantly. So for many of you, you've already leveled up to the next level. We're entering critical mass 7D consciousness. Critical mass. Once we hit critical mass for any level of dimensional consciousness that the collective is anchored in, it becomes an unstoppable shift into that level of consciousness. So 7D consciousness is already anchored. We've reached critical mass. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. You'll find that people will be far less tolerant of certain things. They're going to be more mouthy, right? They're going to be more reactive. You have to make a decision whether you'll be one of those people or you'll have that experience, you'll temper it, and then you'll decide using discernment whether you should engage or not. Because really, not everything or everyone that invites you to a knife fight needs to be answered. Sometimes your lack of response should be enough to let them know I'm not taking you up on your invitation to engage in nonsensical bullshit. Yeah. Remember, this is a period where the organic portals, the demon Horitas, they are wanting to siphon energy from you, siphon potential from you, destiny swap with you. They can't swap shit if they can't touch you. You understand? Interaction is a form of energetic engagement. Even telling someone off, that's a form of energetic engagement. You're engaged enough. If it's at a deep enough depth, you're then initiating quantum entanglement. And if you cannot untangle that, that reverberates through several lifetimes, depending on the intensity of the entanglement. So, y'all gotta be careful with that. Okay? Not everything needs a response. So you guys might be like, well, but Emmy, when you see certain types of comments, you respond. I'm not engaging the person really. That's not my intention. I'm actually using that comment as a talking point. Engagement requires you to allow emotions to get commingled. People don't realize having a heavy dosing of Capricorn in your chart can make you one closed off, cold-hearted motherfucking bitch. I can shut off emotions easy. Zero emotional investment. I can shut that off very, very easy. So when you see people trying to trigger me and you hear me responding to it, addressing it, correcting it, that's merely a talking point. Apparently, the IRS is now texting people. Yeah, no. The moment you allow any of your emotion to get commingled with what someone is saying or doing, what they're attempting to do to you, you're allowing entanglement to begin initiating. This is a period where a lot of people are very triggered. A lot of people are finding it hard to not keep their opinions to themselves, which, I mean, hey, say whatever you need to say. Doesn't mean I have to hear it. Doesn't mean I have to take it in. It doesn't mean I'm for sure going to ignore it. I'm going to decide on a case-by-case basis what I will listen to, what I will engage with. When people try and force you into engagement, you have to question why. You have to literally question why. Because especially on social media, someone's starting shit with you and they're trying to force engagement. They're trying to force you into a situation where you have to explain yourself. You have to defend yourself. Why? Because when you do that, then you're giving them the platform to go ahead and lob more accusations towards you. What you said to explain the reality, the truth, it's an excuse because now look, now they have you squirming. And they're using you. They're using you to boost their numbers. They're using you. They're trying to use you and the chaos they are attempting to inject into your life to feed off your energy. Let them say what they say. And if what they say is enough for criminal charges, civil litigation, then you got to do what you got to do. All right? You can't sue for everything. You can't. They have to say enough. They have to do enough. And you have to be able to prove the damage being done. So don't let them siphon your energy. If your life is about to change, you're going to need that energy to push you all the way through. If we've been anchored just now at the 7D since we've reached critical mass, what does that mean? For quite a few of you, you don't quite yet have the energetic reserves to push all the way through that membrane. Every harmonic universe is separated by an electromagnetic repulsion zone. Every dimensional level of consciousness has a secondary membrane that helps to contain that banding of frequency. You need enough energy to push through the membrane and fully anchor your conscious awareness in that field. So what needs to happen? You need to use all your energy to recalibrate. Oh, Michael says I didn't explain why. I was talking about harmonic universes. So harmonic universes are nothing more than the organization of three subharmonics into one group, which is called a harmonic universe. It's like a chord progression, right? You need three to create a chord. It's usually these three fingers, chord. So that's a chord. And it creates a fullness of sound. Sound is audible frequency. Light is visual frequency. You take the two and you have a totality. That totality can then be translated through the morphogenetic template into a perceived quasi-physical experience. So when we're looking at harmonic universes, there are three levels of dimension, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, that's harmonic universe 1, 4, 5, 6, that's harmonic universe 2, 7, 8, 9, that's harmonic universe 3. It's within the third harmonic universe that you then begin entering into the potentiality of accessing your Christic consciousness. But in order to go from dimensional level 6 to dimensional level 7, you have to cross the electromagnetic repulsion zone that exists between harmonic universe 2 and 3. You can't just brute force your way through that. You need to be custom calibrated to operate at the resonance of harmonic universe 3, or you get denied. You need that energy to recalibrate your standing scalar waves so that it can be in resonance with that. If they're able to siphon enough of your energy, you will not be able to cross that membrane. You won't. You'll be in a limbo state until you generate enough charge. One of the ways they're going to do this is by causing you to lack inner trust. You're not going to trust yourself. See, people don't understand the world of energy, harmonics, and things like that. People think like, oh, energy, we're going to like, ooh, la, yeah, and you're badass. You have to understand the mechanics of how these things work in order to truly affect the change that you're claiming to be able to affect. How is someone going to do a 12-strand DNA activation if they can't access 12th dimensional frequency? They can't. That's a fucking lie then. They're lying to you. How is someone going to do parasitic extraction if they don't have the understanding of sovereignty, reciprocal reflection, laws of divine engagement? I removed it. Oh, yeah? Where'd you remove it from? How did you remove it? What are anchor points? What happens when you remove an anchor point? How do you rectify that? What are the different risks that you are taking by removing this from me? What is a process that you utilize to ensure all your other clients are safe and you are not willy-nilly spreading spiritually transmitted disease? They can't answer that. They can't answer any of those. You'll have them stammering. Well, but I call the Pleiadians, yeah. Except unless they incarnate into physical form, making them hybridized and not full Pleiadian, they're not allowed to occupy this time-space matrix. They come from a different matrix. So who exactly are you calling? Hmm? Oh, I do this field sweep, blah, blah, blah. What frequencies are you using to do a field sweep? At what frequency level is a parasite that you remove from my field, and what frequency are you using to do the field sweep and why? Is it an alternating frequency? Is it a standard frequency? Like, what are you using? And if people think that they can use these terms, I'm not giving the right answer. I've had a couple of students in my certification program who have multiple degrees, and a couple of them have said, your tests are the most involved tests I've ever taken in my entire academic career. Those are quizzes. They're not tests. They're just quizzes. You have to allow yourself to know when it's time to disengage from the very things and the very people who are simply lighting a fire under your ass and then fanning it. Because there's far too many that do that. And when you allow that, you are definitely depleting your energy, right? So, can you be in a high vibration and in a dark space? When you're a high vibration, you're very dense because of the laws of oscillatory rate, vibration, and frequency are inversely tied. It's like a seesaw. When one goes up, the other will inversely be affected, meaning it will go down automatically. And when that goes up, the other will go down automatically. So high vibration creates intense density. It's a densification of your frequency, causing you to enter into dun, 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 shadow space. Density obscures light. So yes, you get thrust into a shadow space. Is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. It's an awesome time to do shadow work. Shadow work is not about destroying the demons inside you. If you have demons inside you, that means you're infected. That means you have a parasitic infection. They need to be removed, not destroyed. You can't destroy energy. You can't. People are like, oh, I fight demons, I slay demons, but they're energy. How do you do that? Well, don't you do that? No. I extract foreign energy and foreign consciousness from a field, an auric field. I don't destroy demons. They're fucking energy. Are you kidding me? They're energy. Yeah. And people will claim transmutation. They'll transmute. Well, if you're transmuting, what frequency patternings are being utilized? What gives you the authority to transmute? Will you allow me to look at your soul history to identify exactly which of your filterings and what part of your soul's history is giving you some degree of authority to enter into a space of transmutation? Not everyone can transmute. You have to be of specific soul lineages. And yeah, people will claim that, oh, they're from this lineage and that lineage. Show me the marks. Those lineages, they carry specific identifiers. I will not say what the marks are. I will not tell you where they are. I will not tell you what those lineages are. You want to copy my work? You figure it the fuck out. It's not in any book. So, no, I don't encapsulate them. I come from a very specific soul lineage, and as part of my purpose, I have dominion. The only ones that have dominion come from my line. And none of them initiate conflict, not with me, not with anyone else. And none of them are even publicly visible. There are different types of organizational hierarchy that creation allows. And none of it has anything to do with competition or comparison. All of it has to do with fulfilling a purpose that you were custom created to fulfill. And you only listen to one thing. It's not no human and it has no ego. Y'all be careful, okay? Y'all be careful. I got to get going. I'm going to enter into the sanctuary. We're going to have a conversation about quite a few different things. If you'd like to be part, no, I don't even want to share that. There's some type of yucky energy all of a sudden. So I will see you guys again very soon. I'm planning to do a very special expedites tomorrow. It's going to be heavily focused on helping to counteract a lot of the parasitic insanity that's been ensuing for like the last month. Just get sick of this shit. It's energetic insanity. Yes. So I don't have the link yet. I have to, it's going to be a very special one that I haven't done before with quite a few different expedites that I've never publicly offered. So if you're interested, I'll be live tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just check my Hubi link on TikTok. Go to my bio on TikTok, click on that link, and that will show when the listing is up. Okay. It'll be at the very top. It will involve Lemuria.